Good evening and welcome to the Score Sunday. It's been a fun week in the world of sports with a very big moment happening this weekend. Caitlin Clark had a tremendous career at the University of Iowa, leading the Hawks to 2 national runner-up finishes and setting numerous records during her time in Iowa City. This weekend, Caitlin was back in Iowa City as the Hawks hung up number 22 from the rafters. Clark becomes the 3rd Iowa women's player to have her jersey retired, alongside Megan Gustafson and Michelle Edwards. A great moment for Caitlin that she was honored to have.
It's just fun for me to come back and just say thank you to everybody that poured so much into me and allowed me to be great, whether that's, the social media people, whether that's the marketing team, whoever it is that made me look really good at times. So just making sure I say thank you to all of them, because none of that happens without all of those people pouring themselves into our team and our program every single day. And I think reflecting back on my entire career, whether the beginning when I didn't play in front of anybody to the very end where we went to our second Final Four, second national championship game, and just how much things changed, not only for our program, but how much things changed for women's basketball in my time here. So just very grateful and fortunate.
It was another packed house at Carver Hawkeye Arena as the fans showing up like they have done for women's basketball the last 3 years. Of course, it was a chance for the fans to see Clark one more time in Iowa City, and many of them say they didn't want to miss it because of what Caitlin has meant to them and the Iowa program while she was wearing the black and gold.
It means a lot. I graduated from the University of Iowa, and I've had season tickets for the last 3 years, so it's been really cool to get to watch her play in all of her games. We went to Final Fours and Big Ten tournaments, and she's such an inspiration to me, and so it's going to be really exciting to get to see her jersey retired today.
I've been watching her since she started in 2020, and I'm still watching her in fever. So,
how can you not watch her? It's just crazy to watch her play.
And Iowa would beat USC, a huge win for the Hawkeyes. Now, coming up on tonight's show, Jenna Miner will bring us her major moments from this past week. She will stay with Caitlin Clark theme, as it was another chance for the fans to see Caitlin Clark play in Hawkeye Arena coming up in just a few months. In our third segment, we will check in with Dan Pearson for this week's FCA Story of the Week. He will take us to the hockey rink and show us the heartbeat of hockey for one of Quad City's biggest rivals. That's coming up in about 20 minutes. And we'll let you know who this week's Midwest Technical Institute Score Standout nominees are and how you can vote for your favorite. Our list includes a wrestler, a swimmer, and a couple basketball players. But our guest tonight is the Maquoketa girls basketball team. The Cardinals are having one heck of a year on the basketball court. Currently, they are 17-1 overall and undefeated in conference play. Maquoketa is ranked 3rd in Class 4A as they enter the final stretch of the season games. And joining us now, a couple of the Maquoketa players. We have Cora Wydell and Aubrey Kroyman with us. First of all, ladies, thanks for making the trip down. And wow, what a season you guys are having. Cora, I'll start with you. When you entered this year, as you get ready in the summertime and you're playing, did you think, wow, we got a group of girls that can really do something this year?
I knew coming into the season that we were going to have great success just because we've been playing together for so long. And now that we have the varsity experience of 2 years, I think we're more mature out there and we can make better decisions on the court and we'll find greater success.
She mentions that you've been playing for a long time. The junior class, we were talking ahead of time, Aubrey, you've been playing since what, 2nd, 3rd grade together? Did you have success in those lower levels too, and what was that like?
Yeah, all of us in grade school played travel together, and we'd go all over and win. Won a lot when we were younger, so yeah, it was fun growing up. Yeah.
So really no surprise that this is happening. Let me ask you though, Cora, you guys are 17-1. The one loss is to a Iowa City Liberty team who's ranked in Class 5A. So you haven't lost to a team in Class 4A this year. Did you expect, first of all, to have that long run of being undefeated this year?
I guess we just came into the season with an open mind. I guess we didn't really know what was going to happen. We knew that we wanted to be successful, and that's what we've done so far. So I think it's been pretty good.
As you started to stack up the wins, Aubrey, and did you ever look and like, oh wow, we haven't lost yet until that city game, obviously, but.
Well, I mean, it's nice winning a bunch, and we like to look back on it, but we just try and stay focused to the games ahead of us and keep scouting.
Yep.
So there's 4 games left in the regular season. You're first in conference. You're ranked 3rd in the state. You beat your rival Central DeWitt. I mean, there's a lot of good things happening for the girls basketball team. Do the fans show out, and how much do you appreciate their energy, their support night in and night out?
It means a lot to us. I mean, all the elementary schools, we always have a big middle school student section that's always there looking up to us and watching us play. And I mean, we just have a great crowd as well, and they're always there for us.
So it's been, what, I think you guys said 20 years or something like that since you last won conference. You're close. You're not there yet, but you're close. What would that mean to you ladies to get that done this year?
Well, we split it with Monticello last year, so that broke the 20-year streak.
Sure.
But this year, I think it would just mean a lot to us. I mean, we've worked hard for it all summer and all season, and yeah, we think we deserve it. Yeah.
Was there a game, was there a moment during this, early in the season, where something happened and you're just like, wow, that was a moment where like, okay, we are a pretty good team, and you start really believing in yourself a little bit more?
There was one point we were having a conference game against Cascade, and at halftime we were down 20 points.
Okay.
And I think just right after that we realized like we needed to kick it in gear, and we came back from a 20-point deficit at halftime and ended up winning the game. And I think that it just showed us like how good we really can be when we're like focused and working together.
I think another game that was kind of eye-opening was early in the season against Clear Creek of Manna. That win was huge to us because they're a big school and
they didn't lose it all last year.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So now that you have 4 left, what's the focus? What are you trying to focus on? Because you want to get ready for postseason as well, but you don't want to forget about these last 4 because there's still a lot at stake.
It's definitely just the fundamentals, just keeping things simple, working as a team, giving effort, and
Staying disciplined.
Staying disciplined,
Yes. Just focusing one game at a time.
As you said all those things, I can see Coach Specht saying
Oh,
those.
Yeah, that's what he preaches.
Yes.
But they're important.
Yeah.
He knows that once you get past these 4, at any point, the season can end just like that, and that's the last thing you ladies want. I saw something probably about a week and a half ago, something on social media, and you guys may not even have seen it, but they listed teams that were contenders and teams that maybe could win, and you guys were in that maybe could win. Does that kind of like, hey, wait, we've only got 1 loss. We can win this thing.
Yeah.
Without getting too cocky, of course.
Yeah. It means a lot to just be there and like we could win, but I think like we have goals for the.
But you want to get there. You want to see what you can do as far as what can this team do come postseason? Because obviously regular season's one thing, postseason is another thing. How do you eventually make that switch, Aubrey?
Well, I think one thing I want to say is the respect. Like, this is the first year Makokata girls basketball has like actually been noticed. So I mean, it's kind of fun looking into that. But what was your question?
So how do you make the switch eventually to, hey, we're in postseason mode?
I think we want to try and keep it the same, just not get too hyper about it. But I mean, it is definitely different. I think we all just, again, need to keep playing together and stick together through it all.
Yeah.
Working on fundamentals, keeping it simple.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think, honestly, we kind of go into a different mode when it comes to postseason because we know like this can be our last game and we don't want it to be over with. So.
Well, the good thing is you guys have won enough that you'll probably have a couple home games, which playing at home is a huge advantage. So, okay, so basketball's fun. Basketball's a grind. Basketball can be whatever it can be, but you got to have a little fun.
Yeah.
Something you guys told me, there's a special place that you guys like to go eat after a win, and you got to travel a little distance to get there. So, and you may be shocked when you hear this. Where do you like to go?
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, of all places. So where do you drive to get to Taco Bell?
Usually we come down to Davenport and take the little trip, but sometimes Dubuque.
Little trip.
Wherever's close.
A 40-minute drive for Taco Bell.
Yeah, we're committed.
Obviously committed. Does everybody go? Is it just a couple people, or?
Usually the whole team goes, but sometimes it'll split up. But
And this happens even after wins on the road. You find a Taco Bell.
we try to.
Yes, if there's one close enough,
But we do always stop for food.
Yes, of course.
Either way.
Well, ladies, congratulations on the 17-1 season at this point. Good luck with the Final 4 games. Good luck as you head off to the postseason. Keep on winning. Maybe we can see
goal.
See it state and win a state title. And I guess you'll have everybody back if you win a state title.
Yes.
So, all right, congratulations, ladies.
Thank you.
All right, time for our first break. Coming up, Miners Major Moments. Which sports moments will make this week's list? We find out next on the Score Sunday.
time for this week's Miners Major Moments. Each week I highlight major moments in sports locally to the Quad Cities and nationally. Our first major moment takes us out to Geneseo. Maple Leaf wrestler Zach Montez breaks the school record for all-time wins. Montez picked up his 167th career win against Rock Island this week, a moment he says he knew he would hit this season, and it was special it got to happen on his home mat. Montez is grateful for the community that showed up to support him and is excited to pick up some more wins in the postseason.
Feels good. Obviously, coming in tonight, I knew I was going to break it, so it was just kind of something I had to take in. But it felt good getting that now, kind of trying to get that state title and really cement my legacy here and with all-time wins now.
Congrats to Zach on breaking Geneseo's record for career wins. Our next major moment keeps us in Geneseo for a big coaching accomplishment. Maple Leaf wrestling coach John Murray is retiring at the end of the season, and this week was his last home duel. Murray has been head coach at Geneseo for over 3 decades. He says it was a special moment to see the community there for him, and he's grateful for the time spent at Geneseo.
Quick, you know, thinking kind of about the more important stuff coming up at the end of the season, but kind of surreal thinking that that was my last dual meet, you know. So, but time to look ahead, and I really do appreciate it. Thanks to the fans. I mean, that was a nice group, and that was really touching. I appreciated everybody.
Congrats to Coach Murray on his career with Geneseo Wrestling, and we wish him and the Maple Leafs good luck in the postseason. Another chapter of the Moline-Rock Island rivalry is in the books. This week's major face-off makes it one of my major moments. Earlier in the season, the Rock Island boys basketball team picked up the win over Moline. This week, the Maroons got their revenge. Moline beat Rock Island 59-50. The Maroons happy to do it on their home court.
It's great. We knew they were going to come at us, so we had to come ready from the beginning. And we had a couple battles in the first half, but we brought it together and we won the game.
They got us pretty good at their place, so we wanted to compete a little harder, rebound a little better, guard a little better. And I thought we did all those things. And then I thought we made some big shots. Brady Welch's 3 at half was big. And then I thought Braden Freeman in the fourth quarter was huge.
Moline will be in action again next Friday at Galesburg. Our next major moment has to do with a very good girls basketball team who picked up a win off the court this week. The Davenport North girls were awarded the Sports Matters grant from Dick's House of Sport. The Wildcats happy to hear they were chosen for the grant and excited to use the money to help better the program.
Oh, I think it's awesome. I mean, because we're always looking to secure funds so that we can have our girls have the best possible experience they can have playing Wildcat basketball. When Dick's had this, and then we submitted it to them, and then we're lucky enough to win. I believe it was $3,000.
The North girls will be in action again Tuesday against North Scott. Our last major moment is one that Iowa fans are probably pretty excited for. Caitlin Clark came back to Carver Hawkeye Arena for her jersey retirement, but that's not the last we'll see of CC in Iowa City. The Indiana Fever announced they're playing a preseason game at Carver Hawkeye Arena on May 4th. The Fever will go up against the Brazilian national team. Tickets are sold through the University of Iowa. That's it for this week's Miners Major Moments. Coming up on The Score Sunday, Dan Pearson has your FCA Story of the Week. We'll be right back.
It's a natural rivalry, and naturally things can get a bit chippy when the Quad City Storm and Peoria Rivermen get together on the ice. Earlier this season, Peoria's coach became the Southern Professional Hockey League's all-time victory leader. As FCA's Dan Pearson reports, rival or not, it's easy to like what Jean-Guy Trudel does for Peoria hockey.
How strong is his hockey heartbeat?
I could do this every single day.
Jean-Guy Trudel kind of does do it every day. Not only does he direct the defending SPHL champions, Trudel is the director of hockey for the Peoria Youth Hockey Association. The more the better.
I've been here since I was 20 years old, so this is kind of my newfound city, kind of adopted child of Peoria, and I love what I do. I'm very lucky. You know, I get to mold young minds, becoming leaders, becoming part of something bigger than themselves. So for me, it's always a joy to work with youth hockey here and also go out in the community and make sure we make our presence felt, because I'm always trying to grow the game. I love the game. I think it's a beautiful sport. I love teaching. I love I love seeing, you know, the fruit of the labor come in, kids putting in a lot of work, getting a chance to play NCAA college or whatever it is, playing pro hockey. For me, it's just joyful to see people realizing their dream and putting in the hard work.
The Rivermen players see that beauty coming from their coach, whether winning 2 of the last 3 President's Cups or looking eye to eye with Trudell talking hockey, talking life, and talking life after hockey.
The way that he pushes us to not just be the best on the ice, but be the best version of ourselves. I mean, that's really hit me a lot with life and, you know, moving past hockey one day.
I think just his passion for the game, his passion for his team, you know, he loves us. So just the way he treats us and the way when he's at the rink, he's always happy. And yeah, I think passion is just a big part.
To have the words all-time best in front of your name is pretty special. But the coach is quick to deflect that kind of attention, knowing there's a big picture here where bigger victories are won.
For that win record, it's all about my leadership group. I'm very lucky over the years in Peoria. I got guys that are believing in what we do. And not only the process of winning championship, but also the process of giving back, of being good people.
Talk about being a student of the game. A key part of the education/coaching is creating and maintaining connection, not just for the win, for lifetime impact.
You have to deal with different personalities, but it's fun. It's a fun challenge as a coach, as a teacher, to find out what kind of, brings them to the best version of themselves. So you kind of, you work with them. The more you build your relationship with them, the more you understand them, then they're easy to teach.
His playing history includes wearing the Rivermen sweater with great success. Fans are hoping Trudell's hockey future is also in Peoria. With the FCA Story of the Week, I'm Dan Pearson.
Thanks, Dan. Now the Rivermen do come to the Quad Cities for an Education Day matchup on Thursday at 10:30 a.m. Time for our last break. Keys to victory. What was one of Madison Keys' first tennis coaches has to say about her winning the Australian Open? That's next on the Score Sunday. Madison Keys is coming off her biggest win of her career last weekend, winning her first major championship, the Australian Open. Keys would knock off world #1 Aryna Sabalenka to earn her first Australian Open championship. The Rock Island native Keys got her start right here in the Quad Cities at the Quad City Tennis Club many years ago. One of her early coaches, Sean McKay, remembers helping out Madison when she was around 7 or 8 years old and helped her build a good foundation for her to progress her tennis game.
Well, mostly it was working on her stroke production. It was very early on, and if you have good strokes, then, you're kind of unlimited. It's up to you on how far you go. So, there was a few things we had to work on and fix. She is having a little more fun out there these days, and I think that's a huge thing. And so maybe the pressure was off. She just said, let's go do this. I'll do it for me, and boom.
Madison has won 2 tournaments already in 2025. And Davenport North girls basketball team having a great year, currently ranked 7th in the state, and they just picked up another big win. Dick's House of Sport in Davenport selected the North girls as the recipient of the Sports Matters grant and will be awarded the money this past week. It was a game that they played against Bettendorf where they received that check.
Oh, I think it's awesome. I mean, because we're always looking to secure funds so that we can have our girls have the best possible experience they can have playing Wildcat basketball. When Dick's had this, and then we submitted it to him, and then we're lucky enough to win, I believe it was $3,000.
North is currently tied for 2nd in the MAC with a few games to play. Time to announce this week's Midwest Technical Institute Score Standout nominees. We'll start with Zach Montez from Geneseo. The wrestler picked up his 167th career win to break Geneseo's all-time wins record. Now here are the rest of the Midwest Technical Institute Score Standouts. Ben Go from Rock Island. He had a double-double with 29 points and 10 rebounds against Sterling. And Kiefer Romer from Bettendorf, the swimmer, set a new record for the 100 breaststroke. And Kylie Davis from Princeton had 2 games with double-doubles. You can vote for this week's Score Standout nominees by visiting the score page at WQAD, the sports page at WQAD.com. It'll be on the sports page and the score page. You have until Wednesday at noon to cast your vote, with each week's winner being featured on Off the Cuff. Time to go off the cuff with this week's Midwest Technical Institute Score Standout winner. It is Hakil Powell, a senior here at Prince of Peace High School. And Hakil, what's it mean to you to be a Score Standout winner?
I just want to thank everybody that voted for me. I thank my teammates, coaches, they're sitting over there. Just everybody who supports me. So
So in order to get this this past week, you scored 60 points in a game. Have you ever scored that many points, and what was it like to score that many?
Never scored that many. Not even, I can't even say I scored that many in a practice.
Is there a basketball player out there that you like, maybe you model your game after a little bit?
I watch a lot of Dylan Harper and Sharif Cooper.
Okay.
I'm not really NBA guys, but yeah.
What do you like about them?
I just like their moves. They're smooth with the ball, so
sure.
Trying to be like that.
Well, in order to score 60 points, obviously you got to fuel up and eat some food. So what's your favorite food that you like to eat?
My mom's chicken Alfredo.
What makes it good?
Shout out, Mom.
What makes it good?
It's just so good. Come home from practice and the breadsticks. That's the good part.
The breadsticks.
You gotta have those.
You gotta have those for sure. If you could go anywhere on vacation, where would you like to go?
Anywhere that's warm.
Anywhere that's warm.
It's too cold.
Too cold. Nowhere specific, just somewhere warmer.
No.
But you like Clinton when it's warm, though. You said.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. It's just anywhere that's warm.
So you're a warm weather kind of guy.
Oh yeah. My hands are freezing right now.
If you could have any superpower that you would like to have, what would it be?
Probably super speed.
Super speed.
Especially,
Why?
I mean, in basketball too, get down the court quick. So.
What other sports do you like to play?
I do track.
Do track? Well, then that speed would fit in. What do you do in track?
I do the 400 hurdles.
Which is one of the hardest things out there, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you like about that?
I mean, I didn't really realize I was good at it until last year. So then we were at a meet in Assumption, and I told my coach, Coach Owen, that I was going to try this meet. So, and then I came out, ran a 58, and then I just kept PRing from there, and then made it to state. So.
Perfect. Akil, thanks for going off the cuff.
Thank you.
That is our show for tonight. We'd like to thank you for watching, and we hope to see you back here next week for the Score Sunday.